I don't like Grant Cardone. And that's kind of funny because I'm particularly gullible to online salespeople who are like teaching people how to get money. Like, that's my stuff. Love it. Consume it all the time. But his content never spoke to me. And like, I don't particularly hate him or anything. And I've actually been pretty oblivious to what he's been doing over the past few years because, you know, the algorithm is going to feed you the content that you want to eat, and his just doesn't appeal to me. So I don't get much of it. We live in two different worlds, two different algorithms, right? The thing about him was, like, I'm from Huntsville, Alabama, and I know a hustle man when I see one. And he's a hustle man if I've ever seen one. So his content just didn't appeal to me. And now he's in the news for basically saying, you know, I target black people in low income communities with small words and Rolls Royces. I get it. Like, you are who we thought you were. Like, you are who I thought you were. That's fine. If you're a Grant Cardone fan, that's your business. I don't judge you, but just not my cup of tea. And I'm not even mad that he said that because, in my opinion, it is to be expected. He's a hustle man. The thing that got me was, don't buy a house. The people in your audience should not buy a house. The American dream is dead. The American middle class dream is dead. That is ridiculous, inflammatory, and straight up toxic. I'm a real estate broker. Like, I make my money from people who buy homes. He is a landlord, hundreds of millions of dollars in multifamily housing. So of course he wants you to rent. It's how he makes his money. The difference is, I help people with one of the largest financial decisions that they'll ever make in their lives. And I've seen it change people's lives. I've seen people who have dug themselves out of the mud, joined the military, went to battle for our country, came home, used their VA loan, bought a property, lived in it for 4 years, and then sold it and made more money than they've ever seen at one time in their entire lives, tax-free. It was tax-free. So for you to say, don't buy a house, the American middle class dream is dead, like, I just can't believe that, can't co-sign that, can't get down with that. And that's why I'm making this video. Now, is the American middle class dream dead? I don't know. And I may not disagree with all that he has to say about that. But I do know this: Grant Cardone ain't gonna save you. You gotta save yourself. You gotta make the decision that's right for you, your family, your situation, and your circumstance. So shouts out to my client who used his VA loan to buy a duplex. He lived in one side and he rented out the other side, then went to short-term rental and made 3 times the amount of his mortgage every month. Shouts out to the couple who bought a house in 2018 and we just sold it this past year. They made $100K profit, no tax, started their life over on their own terms, all because they bought that house that Grant Cardone told them not to buy. Shouts out to my client who's on his third fourplex, all right? And he just used his VA loan to buy another fourplex, and he is not gonna be paying any money every month because he has 3 other tenants subsidizing that for him. And he's going to be living in this fourplex, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and he can afford a $400,000, $500,000 house. But he is using his resources wisely. So shouts out to those people. Shouts out to the mom and pop investors who are out there changing their lives, their families' lives, their families' trajectories, their own financial trajectory in the future, all because they bought a house. So I don't know. Consume the Grant Cardone content all you want. 10x it. Go big. Do all those things. I support that. But just know it's on you and not any online guru to make your life better. All right. That's all I got. I'm out. Peace.